I'm going to need y'all Bron stands to pump your brakes a little bit. Just pump them a little bit. Because y'all getting a little outrageous in your celebration of KD's failure. And it was a failure. You're right in your assessment that people should have never been putting KD in the same ballpark as Bron. You're right in that. They both 27 a game for their careers. Bron has been more durable than Kevin Durant. Since Bron took his talents to Miami, he's been blessed with great teammates from that point forward. But once that franchise moved from Seattle, moved to OKC, and brought in Russ and Harden, from that point forward, KD has been blessed with great teammates. Bron got 4 championships. Okay? Bron got 4 of them things. Bron got 4 MVPs. Kevin Durant got 1. Bron has been on the all defensive team. He's been one of those guys who's been arguably the best defender in the league before. He's been that. Kevin Durant ain't never been that. So y'all right. They shouldn't have done that. When we saw them match up head to head in the finals before, in OKC, when Durant was in OKC and Bron was in Miami, Bron gave him that work. KD held his own, but I'm saying they won. Okay, we know that KD choked. KD Russ, they choked against the Warriors. That the Warriors come back from down 3-1 in 2016 before they moved on to the finals. And Bron and them came back from 3-1. Okay, we know all that. We know that KD switched over and went, and basically that souped up team. But still, if you watched it, LeBron was still holding his own. So I get it. I get what you're trying to say. But you're going too far. You're going too far. Because KD's series versus Boston, it was bad. It was very bad. For a Pantheon great, for one of them guys that he one of them ones, it was very, very, very bad. Still ain't as bad as 2011 Bron. I'm sorry. It's not. It's just not as bad as that. Look, man. In that series against the Dallas Mavericks, Bron averaged 17.8 points on 47.8% shooting. 17.8 points. Jason Terry averaged more points in that series than Bron. Let that marinate. Think about it. Jason Terry. He ain't on nobody all 75 team. He ain't gonna make nobody all 100 team. He ain't gonna make the Hall of Fame. And you know how lax the Basketball Hall of Fame is, because it also takes into account what you did in college, what you did in the Olympics, what you did internationally. No, Jason Terry ain't going. He averaged more points in that finals than Bron. And I don't want to hear that mess about, well, this the same Mavericks that beat Kobe and beat this team. Woo. They should not have beat the Miami Heat. They should not have beaten the team that LeBron James promised was going to win not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7. No, they weren't supposed to beat them. If he's just himself, they ain't doing that. This is a guy who's getting ready to break the all-time, scoring record for most points. Not most points per game. That's Michael Jordan. But still, Brun is a 27 point per game guy. That's what he does. 17 points, 17.8 points. I don't know. And his percentage is lower for Brun because Brun, Brun gets to that cup, especially prime, but this prime Brun here, he get to that cup for real, for real. He 50%. But 47.8%, y'all, that ain't very bad for a primarily perimeter oriented player. He took himself out of the series. I don't know why. I still don't know why. Still don't know why. But he averaged 17.8 points per game in that series. And Kevin Durant averaged 26. He averaged 26.3 points per game against the Celtics on 38.6% shoot. They were touching KD up. They were touching him up now. As he admitted to, they were making him think and overthink and all that stuff. One guy, it's not one guy challenging, it's multiple guys challenging. Oh, yeah, they got in him. He kept shooting, though. So that's why I'm saying, for me, what Bron did was worse because it was like he stopped himself. If he took the same amount of shots that KD was taking out there, they probably win that series. They win the series. He ain't even got an average to 27. Shit, I think D Wade probably averaged 27 that series. He ain't even got to go get that. D Wade averaged 26.5 points per game that series. Bron gonna get you 22. I don't know. I still don't know what was over Bron that series. I know it was over with KD this series. He got clamped. They played some late 1990s basketball with him. For some of y'all motherfuckers that try to say, oh, he was just dominate. You put KD back then. What would the 90s Bulls do with KD? Touch him up. If you go watch KD's post-game interview, he talks about their size. Boston had so much size, and how Marcus Smart was the smallest guy on the floor for them, and he was like 6'4". The smallest guy on the court as starters for the 1996 Bulls was 6'6". Ron Harper was 6'6". Michael Jordan was 6'6". Scottie Pippen was 6'7", 6'8". Dennis Rodman 6'7", 6'8". Luke Longley 7 feet tall. When Tony Kukoc 6-man come in, he's 6'11". Come on, man. KD got touched up. So what we've been trying to tell y'all. This is what the OG been trying to tell y'all, that if you let these motherfuckers touch these boys up, shit get different. All that skill, all that bag, oh, shit get different when motherfucker put hands on your ass. When you get to making those cuts and somebody hitting your motherfucking ass with this every time, shit different. Or when your unit is locked in and they're devoted to defending. When Boston got a defensive player of the year in Marcus Smart, but then you got a guy like Jason Tatum who's trying to emerge as one of the ones for real, who's a Kobe disciple. And Kobe, a lot of motherfuckers want to be a Kobe disciple, but don't want to do the other thing that Kobe did, which is play defense. What you got to respect about Bean? Bean loved Mike and he wanted to be better than Mike, and he understood that in my pursuit of trying to be better than Mike, I got to play some defense. This motherfucker got a defensive player of the year award. He got 9 first team all defense. Like I got to clamp up, and that's what Bean went out there tried to do. Kyrie wanted to be a Bean disciple, but He ain't trying to stick no D like Bean. You see a lot of folks be talking this Kobe mama mentality, but they ain't trying to sit down like that boy. Look like Tatum want to sit down. I gotta respect that. But yeah, his boys with him too. Team effort. You ain't just stopping KD just with it one-on-one for real like that. But that was team effort. You know what I'm saying? You switching whatever, them boys touching up. They challenging everything. And that's how you get 38.6% shooting for who y'all try to tell us one of the most skilled motherfuckers of all time. That's what y'all told them. I told us that KD and Kyrie, the most skilled tandem of all time, unstoppable, unguardable. That's what y'all told them. Them boy got touched up. They got touched up. He kept shooting though. KD kept shooting. Bron didn't. And don't give me that shit. It's their first year. It was their first year, and they were trying to figure things out. Ooh, God damn, you play 82 games. You got training camp. You play 82 games. You played the whole fucking playoffs. You get to the finals. They just nutted up. By then, ain't trying to work out no fucking kinks by then. They just nutted up. Bron nutted up, particularly. Let me stop that. D-Wade handled business. You can't put that shit on D-Wade. Again, 26.5 points per game. D-Wade shot goddamn 54.6% from the field. I mean, come on. He was bad from three, but that ain't D-Wade game. 30% from three, 69% from the free throw line. You know, so I'm sure if I go back in my research, which I'm gonna get to the Bron research. You know, I saw all that shit, but I want to go back. I'm taking notes on all this shit now. You know, you feel me? I'm sure it probably some instances in which those free throws cost them. But even with that, if the best player on the planet at that point, I gotta give Bron the best player in the world at that point. That man just does his job. They win that championship. KD, he ain't in Bron class. KD ain't in no GOAT talk. Stop it. From what we just saw, the lack of leadership from KD all year long, whether it be not even wanting to touch the vaccine issue with Kyrie, even though that's the homie. That's your homie. Not wanting to touch it at all, whether it be not wanting to, I don't know. I don't know if he touched the Ben Simmons thing or not. I don't know what the shit was with James. You had James hard. You had James. James willing to play point. Just set these motherfuckers up. Shit just went all the way left. The injury shit. He's not as durable as Bron. KD ain't Bron, dog. Y'all leave that alone. But don't sit up here and act like LeBron would never. Oh, yes, LeBron would. And yes, LeBron did in 2011. Put it on some. My kids wanted me to tell y'all to make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me across all social media platforms, like the videos, and share them. Did I forget anything?
And turn on the post notifications.
Y'all heard them. And also, visit Statement Tees, LLC.com, and shop with us. That's Statement Tees. Every t-shirt you wear
makes a statement.